Nothing is quite as good as a slow cooked meal on a cold winter day. But this one shows up on our table year round over baked potatoes and all the fresh toppings. If we haven't met before, I'm Anya with Prepare and Nourish, and I love helping people make real food that brings others to the table. Today, we're making shredded beef chili in the slow cooker. I usually start this earlier in the day and let it cook while the rest of the day unfolds. It's an easy choice when we're having company or just making dinner for my family. But first things first, I like to cook my own beans after a good overnight soak. I'll rinse them very well and cook them in clean water with salt and a few bay leaves. Next, I'll start on the prep. This shredded beef chili has just one red bell pepper and one yellow onion, both finely diced, and lots of garlic. Always measure garlic with your heart and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. This shredded beef chili was part of my menu for the shared table, a series built around approachable meals that make hosting feel doable. So you'll see that a lot of the prep I actually do ahead of time. Things like dicing the vegetables, and next we'll measure out the seasonings. We have 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of dried oregano, and 2 teaspoons of smoked paprika. Remember, I'm prepping this ahead of time, but you can totally add the seasonings directly into the slow cooker over the meat. Next, I'll get all the toppings ready. Green onions, cilantro, I'll check on the beans, different types of cheese. And once all the prep is done, then I'll get into the actual fun part. I have 4 pounds of chuck roast here that I'm just going to do a light trim and cut it into chunks. I'll heat a large cast iron skillet over medium-high heat and add some tallow or bacon grease or another choice of a healthy fat. I went with bacon grease here because it's bacon. And while that's warming up, I'll season the chunks of chuck roast with salt and black pepper, and then I'll sear it in the skillet. Searing it adds so much flavor. Of course, if you're short on time, you could just dump everything into the slow cooker and call it a day, but searing the meat first makes it just so much more flavorful. I could have gone for a little more color here, but this will work. Then remove that from the skillet, add some more fat, and then just saute those vegetables that you diced. And cook them just until they're softened. We don't want to cook them completely, we just want to bring out some of that flavor. And I like to add the garlic towards the end and cook just until fragrant because you don't want to burn it. It will get bitter. And because I usually have like frozen pucks of tomato paste in my freezer, I like to add my frozen tomato paste here just to kind of melt it and let it create like the smoother consistency and texture. And from there, then we just dump everything to the slow cooker. We add the sauteed vegetables, about 28-ounce can of crushed tomatoes, about 3 cups of broth, and all the seasonings that we measured out earlier. Stir all of that together until combined, and then we'll nestle in the browned chuck roast pieces. Cover the slow cooker and cook on low for 8 to 9 hours or high for 5 to 6 hours until the beef shreds easily. If you find that the chili is on the thin side like mine, you can thicken it with a slurry using cornstarch or arrowroot. Just make a slurry using equal parts water and starch and add it to the chili, and it will thicken over time. I used about 2 tablespoons of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water here. Next, I'll add in the cooked beans, and I think that was about 6 cups of beans, and you want to add the beans about an hour before serving so that to let them warm through. When the beef shreds easily, pull it out and shred it with 2 forks. And if there are large pieces of fat on the beef, you want to remove them for a better texture. And I like doing this like in a small sheet pan. It's very helpful because it's flat and keeps everything contained. Then transfer the meat back to the chili and stir to combine everything. And if you haven't finished prepping all the toppings, now's a good time to finish that up. I'll usually serve up whatever I have on hand: green onions, cilantro, avocado, jalapeno. Very often I'll serve my fermented jalapenos because they're so delicious. But anything goes here, whatever your family enjoys. Sour cream, all the different kinds of shredded cheese, and of course, some fresh lime is always a good idea. And this chili is pretty much done. It's great to serve when hosting because it feeds a crowd, but it's also great just for your family. It's an excellent meal to take to a friend who could use some comfort food, and it freezes excellently. This slow cooker shredded beef chili is a hit. If you'd like the full recipe with exact measurements and all my tips, you'll find it on my website at prepareandnourish.com. While you're there, you can explore other nourishing recipes, from ferments and organ meats to quick real food dinners like this one. And if this kind of content resonates with you, I'd love for you to subscribe here on YouTube so you don't miss more real food recipes. You can also check out my digital cookbook, Dinner Decoded, where I share real food dinners built for busy families. Simple, nourishing recipes that make everyday meals feel doable. The link to Dinner Decoded is in the caption. Eat well, be nourished, and I'll see you soon.